Today on Belonging in Classrooms, I am so thrilled to be able to invite 3 guests. They are 3 students who mean a great deal to me personally. I've talked a little bit on social media about the homework group that I have that I meet with weekly at Washburn High School. But I just want to share with you all that the group of children that come after school and work 1 day a week, and we have meals together, we connect about other things, we share space, and then we make strategies for homework. And the lessons that they have taught me in the time that we've spent together, we're coming up on a year now of meeting weekly. You know, it really wasn't anything I planned on doing. I was after school one day and I noticed that a couple of kiddos were having a struggle with making up some tests and with getting access to some programming. And I asked them about their barriers, and they said that they couldn't stay after school because of transportation. So I offered to take them home after the next week, and we ended up having such an amazing time, and I enjoyed the time with them. And they said, you know, we got a lot of work done during this time. Can we come back again? And we did that again. And then we did it again. And then the next thing you know, we have a group of about 15 to 20 students that come after school. We always have a lovely dinner. We get to rotate what we're having for dinner. And then we sometimes have different tutors there to help. It just kind of depends on who can show up. But I have learned so much about the way that we as public schools treat children that we decide don't care. And I just want to challenge all of you as an audience and those who think about that. Really and truly, teens, high schoolers, even if they're not giving off I care vibes, when you build the relationship with them, you will see how much they care. And that's when they're going to start to trust you enough to tell you what they're feeling like they don't have or what they need in order to be successful, or they might try taking risks. And there's a lot of times that a lot of the things that they're doing are all just about sort of self-protection, about not wanting to look like they don't know what they're doing, or about not wanting to take risks in front of their classmates. I'm so honored that these 3 kiddos took the time out of their day to share their experiences with you. It is one of my favorite times in the week when I get to spend 2 hours with them. And one of the things that's been the most critical part of this is that I don't base any part of belonging into the homework group or being in the homework group on any type of expectation or behavior. Every child that comes to the homework group is welcome, and they can be there, and they don't have to meet any expectation in order to be in relationship with the space or with me. And it's been a real journey, and I've really enjoyed it. And so I can't wait for all of you to hear more from them and to learn from them today on Belonging in Classrooms. Well, I am so excited to have all of you on the podcast today. Martez, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Arie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yanna, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
You're now a pro.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we're here today. We talked a little bit about what do we want to talk about? We wanted to talk today about the homework group that we all do together. Mm-hmm. Do you all know, I don't know if you know this, that it's probably my favorite 2 hours of the week?
Oh. That makes you feel special.
Right. Do you know that about Sunday night at about 6 o'clock, I start thinking about the food, or what game we can play, or how we can make it interesting, or what we're going to do together, or what we're going to learn. And I think about it. And whenever I get overwhelmed with my work, one of the things that grounds me is thinking about y'all and what we're going to do together and how proud of you I am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's talk about the homework group. Yanna, let's
Yes.
talk about the time we first met.
Oh my goodness, this is a story. Okay, so it was me and my 2 cousins, and we were at the school trying to sign up for track. You know, everything wasn't going so well, and then we just sat down at one of the cafeteria tables, you know, just talking to each other, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, this white woman is coming up to us. And she sits down, Heather sits down and just starts yapping away. So we're listening, and we're listening. And then she's getting to her points, and I'm like, okay, this woman has something going for us, and she has, what is it called, opportunities.
Yeah.
She has opportunities for us, and we're just engaging, all three of us, into the conversation. And then after the conversation ends, me and my cousins, we go home and we think, interesting. That's nothing we thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But can I tell you all something?
Yeah.
I thought Heather was gonna kill me at first.
That's why.
It's not like that. It's just like,
Do I give murderer vibes?
for a second you did. For a second you did.
That's a little bit wild.
For a second she did.
Good luck.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about what exactly that vibe was so I can clean that up.
All right.
Okay. Arie, let's talk about what do you remember first about homework group?
What I remember first is probably like, I don't know, like I thought it was cool to like have help, because like you would bring other people in to help us that like worked at or like were in college and stuff like that, and also the snacks, the food.
Let's be real.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because like you're hungry after school. Like school is just like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it makes you hungry. And like the school lunch is just really questionable, to be honest.
I agree.
But yeah.
Okay. What about you, Martez? What made you start coming to homework group, or what's the first thing you remember?
First thing, or no, what really made me come back? Cause I was like, I like how I have extra help, like in school and out of school. So I was like, that's good for me and to like do better in work. So, and thing I like, of course, the food. Those cupcakes you made were delightful. they were actually delightful. Not gonna lie, they were actually delightful. I don't know what you did. It was great.
Oreo.
You did bake cookies and cream cupcakes. Yeah, they were good. Probably another thing that I like is the fact that you give us all a chance to like work slowly and like make sure that we understand. And if we don't understand, you either have us go to our teacher, or you'll try to help us, or bring somebody else to like help us do the work. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to add on to that.
Okay.
But like also, cause like you're like really patient with us, I feel like, and like you don't automatically like shut it down or anything, cause like, I feel like that happens a lot in school with like teachers. Like they're not really patient with you, like they don't really take the time, or they're just too busy helping other people to really like, they just don't really take the time to like get to know you or anything like that, or try to like help. So like I feel like being in like a tutor group like this like helps you like know that you have like people to help you and like are like still gonna be there.
Good. That's amazing.
Even out of school.
What?
Even out of school, you still help us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I wanted to ask you a little bit about your freshman year. We talked about this. What lessons did you learn your freshman year around like credits and failing or not failing, that you kind of like, now that you understand them, you could wish you could go back and tell, freshman you what you know now?
I would say just get your work done then. Okay, so I was not in middle school. Everybody was telling me, freshman year doesn't matter. Like, like they would tell me you don't have to like push yourself because it's just your first year. That was their excuse. It's just your first year. But as I go through high school, I'm only a sophomore now, but freshman year does matter. It may, like Martez was saying, he's probably
they were wrong. I don't know what they were on.
Like it's just freshman year is a way to build your high school years ahead of you. It's important to me. I think it's important.
Yeah, like freshman year is like really important, building your GPA and stuff, because just because your first year doesn't mean it's not important or anything like that. Like I feel like it's like one of the most important years, kind of, because you're like building up your GPA. Like if you do really good your freshman year, you're probably going to be cut a lot of slack your senior year or whenever. Like you'll get your credits faster and you'll have less to do. But probably like my advice would be just like like, don't procrastinate. Like, try to do your, like, work in class as much as you can. Because, like, personally, for me, it's kind of hard because, I don't know, like, I have ADHD and stuff, and, like, things are, like, distracting in class, kind of, but also, like, at school, I'm just, like, I'm kind of tired, and, like, I don't know. Just especially in freshman year, like, I was just, like, slacking a lot, so, yeah.
So
Just,
you
like,
knew,
don't slack,
you knew
probably.
you had a strategy, but it was hard for you to have follow through.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
What about you, Martez?
To really put it simply, like, my freshman year, I wish I could have known that, like, half the work was going to, like, really, like, impact my future and, like, my sophomore year and, like, the rest of my years going on. If I would have knew that, I would, like, probably, like, been on my A game, like, stop being in the halls, talking to friends, not paying attention to class. I was not the best freshman. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't the best freshman. No, I thought.
What? Did I lie?
You didn't lie. I was not the best freshman.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we met, it was hard to understand why it mattered. Does it sometimes feel like, why does this homework matter?
Yeah, like,
Honestly,
why am I doing
yes.
this?
Yeah.
I think we go through 8 hours of school, I believe.
Like 6.5.
I just don't understand why we need to bring
we go through 6.5. We go through 6.5 hours of school straight. And then we have to go homework and expected to do, or we have to go home and expected to do homework. I mean, I get it to, like, help the brain memorize the material, but it's like at the same time we have school 5 days out of the 7-day week.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about the fact that, like, sometimes stuff feels like it doesn't matter? Like you're like, what does this matter for my life? How do you find the motivation to do it then?
I think about
knowing that my mom probably finna get mad at me for
yeah, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me. Like, my mom, she was kind of chill about homework and all that because she understood where I was coming from. Was like, oh, you got all these assignments coming up and you still have assignments you need to do. You got a test coming up. And, like, she understood that there's a lot going on in school. So mom was not one of the parents like, oh, you need to get all this done right now. I'm quite sure my mom would be patient with me and allow me to stay home, get some extra work done, this, that, and third when I need it. So I ain't really worried about homework as much as other students. I really worried about the test. The test, the quizzes, and all that. That's the main thing I would worry about.
Wait, can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That brings me back to our homework group.
Okay.
Cause like he said, it's just stuff piled on top of stuff. But in the group, we have that time to pace ourselves, as we were saying. Like, we have time to pace ourselves. We can take as much time as we need to work on one subject instead of having to do all 6 subjects at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's also another benefit that we have.
Yeah. That's true.
Getting more extra work done so then when class comes, they're like, do you have homework done? Now I can finally say yes. Or I can't be like, oh, I left it at home or nothing like that. Because I would kind of like blame myself for not getting it done. But at the same time, I always had somebody in the background saying, we always got all this extra homework. So I would, like, not always feel as bad as I used to. But now that I'm thinking about it, I could have got it done.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you all say is that even when you're not performing and doing all the things, you do still hold a lot of worry about your schoolwork. Yes. So even if you're not necessarily, like, finishing it, you still worry about it? Does it hang over your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it builds on, like, stress, like, to your life and other factors, like having work in school that, like, you're struggling with and, like, that you need to catch up on, like, in other aspects of your life. Like, it interrupts, like, especially if you have, like, I guess mental illness and stuff like that. Like, having, like, anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of, like, hangs over you when you're doing other stuff and kind of stops you from, like, being productive in other ways. And, like, it's kind of like a mental block. So, yeah.
Do you, So oftentimes I hear from teachers when I talk to teachers, and they say like, that kid doesn't care. That kid doesn't care. What I'm hearing is, y'all care a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you wish your teachers knew, even in the classes you're not turning in homework? What do you wish they knew about you that they don't know about you?
I wish they knew, or no, I'm quite sure they know, but I wish they would like put in consideration I have other classes, and they're not all the same when it comes to assigning work. Cause like you could give me like a little essay to do, and I'll work on it. I'll be like, I'm gonna finish with this, and it's almost the end of the week. I'm pretty sure all this work's about to be like due. I have more assignments to do after that, and I'll be up to like 3 a.m. trying to get work in before the next day, before the due date. And I just wish they would understand that we have other work.
What do you wish your teachers understood that you don't think they do?
That like we need like breaks sometimes, I guess. Like during class and stuff, or just like during the year where like we don't have to do as much as we are doing every other day. Instead of just like the last day of the quarter, maybe. Like
Sure.
maybe we could like have a break in between, cause like we have like work days and stuff to like get our work done, and like I appreciate that, but it's not like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's not really a break, cause everyone like usually like messes around and stuff like that. Like
Is it hard
a lot
to
of people do
concentrate?
their work, but a lot of people mess around too.
Yeah.
So I feel like there should be like, I don't know, a more like scheduled break that people like are looking forward to, but people could also like learn from. Like in English, like we've been watching this movie that's in Korean, like Parasite, and it has English subtitles, so we like read it. So everyone's kind of, but it's like it was really like good plot. Like it was a lot of plot twists and like. Kind of weird a little bit, but yeah, but I really liked it because like it gave us like a 2-day break kind of from the constant like work
Lecture
and, like,
work, lecture work.
Yeah, you're already having to listen to them all the time and pay attention every step of the moment. Like I wish teachers would also like slow down a little bit, like even in like the way they talk, because a lot of teachers like they talk really fast and like they go really fast and they are like, does anyone need any help? And then they're just like going. And like they don't really give you time to like process it. Like I feel like they should break it down a little bit more. I understand that like time is important and like that's a factor, but I feel like, I don't know.
You feel like there's a
it's
pace.
supposed to be structured differently.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like. Yeah.
What do you wish your teachers knew about you that they don't?
I wish that, well, in general, I wish they knew that there are different type of learners. There are hands-on learners. There are verbal learners. There are learners.
Visual learners.
Yeah, visual learners. And like me personally, I feel like I'm all the learners in one. I need all aspects of the material to be shown to me. Because I could learn quick, but it has to be in a way that they explained it so it makes sense. Because like Arie said, like they go fast, they continuously talk, and then sometimes when teachers talk, they go off track and then go straight back to what they were talking about before. Like, so it makes it confusing, and they don't realize it. So it's just like,
yeah, I want to add on to that too.
Go ahead.
Like a lot of teachers, like, like teachers are human. Like we want them to talk to us. We want them to tell them about themselves. Like that's fine. But like a lot of times, like sometimes it's like not the time, or it's a lot of the class, and then we're cramming for like a big test, and it just feels like, I don't know. Like maybe they should do it maybe a little bit at the start of class. It's fine, but then have one whole thing without going and talking about something else, or going off track, or like making up this crazy like example or whatever. Because like, I don't know.
It takes them
like,
it feels like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I want to ask another question.
Go ahead.
What does it feel like to fail? Like, how do you handle failure?
Not well.
I feel guilty
You feel guilty?
because, like, the thing is, I didn't have to fail. You know?
You feel regret?
Not maybe a little. I won't lie, maybe a little, but it's just like it's kind of a decision. I would say, in my personal opinion, I think it's a kind of a decision because you can take that time that you do have to make everything, like, turn it all around. You know, you could see that your grades are getting bad because your grades progressively get worse or progressively get better. And you can see the process that it's going, the way that it's taking. So if you see your grade drop and you continuously let it drop, that's kind of on you. And I take accountability for that because I did fail my 9th grade English. And I saw my grade get worse. But at the end, I did get it up. Hey.
You did?
Hey.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
What about you, Martez? What does failure feel like for you?
I feel disappointed.
Do you?
Yeah, but I feel like it's definitely like a little regret for me, but not like totally, because like I know like sometimes I have trouble like focusing on like multiple things, and then like focus on one thing when I have to focus on multiple things. Like, if that makes sense. That makes sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel kind of disappointed, but like not at the same time, because like, yeah, I could have worked a little bit harder. I could have stayed up a little longer. But at the same time, it's not good for people to stay up long. Everyone needs their sleep, and everyone just needs like a brain rest. So
That should be a
disappointed.
T-shirt. What about you, Arie? What does it feel like to fail?
Well, disappointment too, but also just like I kind of like shut down. Like part of me is like I need to like protect myself sometimes, so I just like block it out, like move on, try to do better. Like
I've
focus
seen you
good.
do that.
Like,
I've
'cause
seen you do that.
I just like no, like sometimes I just like literally refuse to like no. Like
Yeah.
I acknowledge it's there, but like I'm gonna put it aside and just move on and try to do better. Like I feel like versus my freshman year and this year, like I've been trying to do a lot like other things, like sit more towards the front, ask more questions, because like last year I like didn't really ask questions or anything like that, but then this year like I feel like I'm more prepared for that. But like I feel like also like in 9th grade I was not prepared like for what high school really was at all.
Yeah.
And I felt like middle school probably should have like provided that.
I
But
agree.
also
I
it's
agree.
really hard because of COVID, because literally you could ask any kid and they would most likely tell you that they didn't learn anything like during
It's true.
online school. I don't remember anything. Like I basically didn't have half of 6th grade and then all of 7th. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah. I didn't
You
I
remember
didn't even go to
the work,
school
though?
7th grade.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the work though I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
do you
don't worry.
remember what you learned?
Oh no. I just
Exactly,
remember
that's what I'm
remember
saying.
the work being there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, 7th
I
grade,
was
I didn't
asleep,
go a
like,
day
bro.
I was
to school.
asleep too.
Like
Sleep was
it's
like
way
the main
too
thing to me.
tempting to be like, just for me personally, like I have ADHD and like I also procrastinate like so much, so like I would be in that kitchen making food like every hour, going back watching a show. Like I was just, and also I was like kind of miserable because I love, like I'm an extrovert, like I love talking to people, and I was
Yeah.
stuck in the house for like
A year.
literally a whole entire year.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see anyone except my mom. It's just me and my mom. Like I don't have siblings either that live with me. I have siblings that live across the country.
Yeah.
So it was hard not seeing my, like also my family too, like that. So I was just kind of stuck.
Another question. What's one thing you've learned in homework group that you didn't know before?
Even in school or out of school, there's someone out there willing to help you.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
that's a
Dang,
really
Martez.
lovely thing. That's a really lovely thing that you now trust that someone will come along to help you.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think? What's a lesson you learned in homework group?
Like people are definitely like there, like Martez is saying, and Yanna, but people are definitely there to support you. Like there's resources there out for you. Like don't give up like trying to find anything, because like there's a way to like get your grades up, get better at something. Like there's ways to find help that also don't cost you financial, like things like that, because money is also a problem with like people of color, like kids of color and stuff like that. And it's just like there's layers to it, but
Yeah. What about you, Yanna? What's the one thing you learned that you will take with you?
Like they said, there's always someone out there to help, but as well as just everybody takes their own time and everything. Like no matter what the limit is, no matter who it is, everybody's gonna take their time to get what they have to do done.
Yeah, you need to like chill, eat. Well, you all do. I've learned that. At first, I used to be like, we got to buckle down and get this homework done. We got to buckle down and get this homework done. I've now learned we need eat, do not decompress, chat with each other a little bit, right? Yeah. I've learned that like it's going to be 20 minutes before we ever get the homework done.
Yes. I'm so glad you learned that.
Yeah, because we just have to have like a second. Maybe, Heather. Like literally at school, it feels like, I don't know, you're in some type of like video game. Like, I don't know.
Really?
Like everything, it's kind of like everything is being thrown at you at once, kind of. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you go to class, the teacher's talking at you, you're writing notes, you're doing assignments, and then you leave, friends are talking to you. Like, I don't know, people are texting you, your mom's texting you, whoever, like, it's just like a lot of things at once, just like for me personally, kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel like after, like, I need a time to like be with myself and like eat whatever, like just like chill before I can like start anything else. Cause like I literally just like sat in a chair, hunched over like this for like 6.5 hours. Like
Yeah, I
ain't gonna lie. The whole video game thing is kind of true. I see it too, cause like you ever like go in the halls, there would be like circles of people talking, and like there just be like floods of
I shouldn't have to wait in a line to get out of this hallway right now.
I ain't gonna
No, for real. The most hallways that are always crowded are the second floor and then the first floor.
Oh yeah, the first floor, bro. Oh my god.
It's so hard to get.
It's so weird.
And then when you're late, the teacher blames it on you. But the thing is, you guys stand outside your door waiting for the children to come in. Do you not see the people in the hallway? That holds me up.
I definitely don't think that 5 minutes is enough for passing time. I think they should have at least a little bit more. And the fact that also our bells are off, our times are off, so it's actually not exactly 5 minutes is like the thing. Yeah. Like it's weird. And like, I don't know. Like, I feel like through getting out of your classroom, maybe you need to talk to your teacher after the class. Mm-hmm. And then most times your teacher, like, is not going to give you a pass. You're like, no, you can make it. Go ahead. Like, what if you need to go to the bathroom? What if you need to go, like, I don't know. But I feel like there's other things that, like, I don't know. Like, and you have to, people don't realize that people come up to you, like, talk to you. And, like, they're trying to talk to you and, like, you're trying to go somewhere, but you don't want to be rude. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like,
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
it is. Passing time is a lot of pressure.
It is.
And then when I'm not sure, but if y'all ever been on the third floor, there's like sometimes there would be a circle in front of the stairs. Is what really kills it. It would be like a circle of people in front of the stairs. So then you gotta be like, excuse me, can you? And like they're not paying attention to you at all. Until like you have like.
Yeah, you literally have to push people out your way at Washburn.
Yeah, you have to move.
There's a couple times where I pushed this girl, or not the one girl. That sounds bad. But there was a couple times where I pushed multiple people out my way because they ignored my excuse you, and then they want to come at me like I did something wrong. I said, excuse me, you did not answer, so I moved you out my way, okay? Bro. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I said excuse you, and then I move on. Because that's not my issue, that's yours.
Right, like, why are you being so slow? Hurry up. It's not hard at all.
Okay, so this has been amazing. It's been really fun to talk about. I want to finish with a final question that I ask everybody.
Okay.
I want you to think about one situation or person or circumstance that impacted you in Minneapolis public schools, either positively or negatively. Martez, you have right away.
I don't understand. Wait, can you repeat the question?
So I want you to, can you share one person or instance or something that had an impact on you? Could be good or bad inside of Minneapolis public schools.
Oh, I got.
Okay, Martez had his ready. He had his queued up.
Yeah. So basically, I think this was like around like 7th or 6th grade. So when I went to Best Academy, it was this can't say his name.
Yeah,
But-
don't say that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put nobody on blast. But it was this kid I was friends with, and me and him, we would always hang out. We were real tight. And one day, I think it was like when the whole class had snacks. It was Friday. It was all having fun. So I went to the bathroom and I had to grab my backpack out of class. So I went to the bathroom. I went to go get my backpack. The whole class was gone, but him. And then me and him walked out. He was like, "Yo, you want $2? Here." I was like, "Oh, thank you, man." And like 2 days later, they called mom. Was like, I heard on the phone. She was like, "Hello." It's like, "Yeah, your son has stole some teacher's money." I was like, "What? Stole teacher's money? What? I ain't stole teacher's money." And so they were just like, on camera. The boy gave him the money, and I was like, I had no clue at all where that money came. I just took it because like I'm like young. Why would I refuse $2? You know what I could do with $2
Right.
back like in
a lot of
7th
Takis.
grade? Yeah, like that's a lot of like Arizona's for it, man. Yeah, that's
I'm so sorry.
Nah, it wasn't no big deal. Oh yeah, now I learned like I can't be trusting everybody like I used to be. Yeah, with money, yeah, no. I got to know the source and everything.
Yeah, you come off as like chill or whatever, but you're actually deeply caring person. You care, you really hold deep emotions. It's a thing. I think there's a that's like just because you're quiet doesn't mean you don't feel deeply.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not quiet.
Yes, I am. Most of the time, I'm just chilling.
He's not quiet. Okay,
no,
let's
not
keep it
during
professional.
class,
Let's keep it
let's say.
professional. Ari, what's your story?
My story. Oh, so basically, well, it's kind of like two events but it was the same teacher. Like one
Okay.
was kind of little, and then
Okay.
one was like longer. So, anyways, let's just call this guy Mr. Dread.
Okay.
So, Mr. Dread, basically, I was like, the first instance with this teacher, I was in, like, 2nd grade, I believe. And, you know, I didn't dress myself this day. Like, it was probably my mom. Like, I don't buy my clothes, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was wearing a T-shirt because, like, I don't know. It was, like, 2014, 2015. So, like, Black Lives Matter was kind of on the rise. And, like, my mom has like always supported that stuff. Like she's white, but like she's like, anyways, I had a sweater gifted to me and my mom from her client because like she does predominantly black hair, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of black clients that like give us stuff, but it says like I heart black people on it.
Yeah.
And like it's in support of something like that has to do with the, yeah, you get the point.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're going to a field trip to the MEA, yeah. Because we literally went there, like, every year. Like, that's, like, the most place we went to. But when we were getting off the bus, like, he kind of stopped me. Like, he literally just stopped me. And then he looked at me and then just went like this. Like, just shook his head at me. And I was like, bro. I was like, what?
Can I ask you a question?
Like, yeah.
Was he white or black?
He's white. I called him Mr. Dread, like, dreadful. Like, he's bad.
Okay.
And then the second instance, I was in the Foursquare line in like 4th grade, and
Same teacher.
this girl, we're not gonna mention her, y'all know her, but this girl, basically, well, she was like being playful at first, but she slapped me across the face, and it hurt, and like, I'm sorry, but I cannot, like, hold myself back. Like, when you hit me, like, and it hurts, like, bro, I'm going to hit you back. I'm sorry. Like, it's just a reflex.
Yeah.
And so I punched her in the face.
Not
I'm
your
not
best.
too proud of it, but, yeah. Anyways, it was a bad thing, obviously. But then she was over there with a bunch of teachers. I was there with my other friend, like, the only other black girl in the school. One of the only other black girls in the school, because, it's like, I went to a predominantly white school. I won't say the school. I don't know if that's allowed, but
I wouldn't.
yeah. So yeah, and then basically he was kind of just like, she never got took to the office. She hit me first.
started it.
he took me to the office. Like, he was, like, kind of holding on to, like, my shirt, like, grabbing me, like, pulling me to the office. And then was, like, kind of, like, held my arm up and was like, this one did it. And I was like, this one?
This one?
No, the like, what? And then, anyways, well, we had, like, a black assistant principal, and she kind of, like, backed my honor, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of helped that.
But you knew you were experiencing racialized.
Like, kind of, because, like, I can tell, like, my parents weren't okay with it when I told them about it, kind of. Because, like, my parents, like, they told me, like, if someone hits you, like, and you're defending yourself, like, defend yourself. Like, like, it's just a reflex. Like, I'm going to hit you back. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Yanna?
We mentioned Mr. Mike, you know, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Oh, 3rd grade. I'm gonna call her Miss C.
Okay.
There was these girls in the class that were bullying me. You know, I guess I could say, like, they weren't really bullying me, but it was giving that, you know. So I was really fed up, and I didn't want to do anything physical or say anything back, just because, like, when I was younger, I was too nice. I was just too nice. So I went to my teacher, and I said, Miss C, it's these 3 girls that are targeting me almost every day. And she was like, it's okay, like, it doesn't really matter. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna leave it alone. And again, it continues, and it continues, and it continues. So I tell her again, Miss C, it's happening again. She says, it doesn't matter, you've been through it before. Mind you, she is white, and she works in a diverse school. So it's like, she works in a native school.
Yep.
What do you think she meant by that when she said?
No, but, like, she said it in a way. You know when you can just tell?
Yeah.
She said it in that type of way. Like, I don't know. It was just like you could feel the way she said it. It was like she was coming at me.
Yeah.
And the girls that were there, they weren't really native. I think they were Mexican or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, whitish. I don't know. But they just weren't my ethnicity, however you say it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay. So I let it alone. And then again, it continues. So I tell Mr. Mike. And he's the one to do something about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel like it's a coincidence that he was the one to fix it.
Yep. Do you, I've learned, and I've talked to my kids about this, that when it comes to, when it's something about racism and the person is white, you have to trust your body. You have to trust your body, your experiences, and your instincts. And even if they don't say the word or you don't know what they mean by that, there is something to that moment. Where you have you learned to trust yourself about that?
Oh yeah, because it was this one incident, but we're not gonna get into that.
We'll tell it another day. But you know,
Yeah.
you can tell. And do you often feel like if you were to share that with that teacher that they wouldn't be able to handle it or wouldn't believe you?
They would be like, "There's no way that they said that to you. There's no way."
They can't be. They're too nice. They're too sweet. It's always that. It's always that
especially
person.
with kids and, like, especially being in a predominantly white school, like, white kids, like, that you might be friends with even, like, it's not necessarily their fault, but, like, they just don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get it, and it's like, they're like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. But, like, they just don't get it. They don't see the little thing. They don't see the things that you see.
Yep.
Like, they're blind to it because, like, a lot of them, especially in the area where, like, the school is, like, a lot of them, like, their parents, like, they don't have black friends. Like, they don't have black people in their family. They don't know. Like, their parents are not involved in that type of stuff. So, like, I feel like they don't understand, but, like, you don't really speak up about it because there's, like, a lesser population of you. And there's kind of, like, a divide, too. Like, with races, like, you could see, like, even on the first floor, like, you know, you got that part of the hallway where all the Edgar and all the Mexicans are. And then you got where all the Somalians are down there, and then you got the black people right by the main office.
Yeah.
And
And then the white people are nowhere to be seen.
And then the white people are like on the second floor and the third floor. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the circles. That's where the circles start to form at, by the stairs. That's where the
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm so grateful to know each and every one of you. It is.
We're so grateful to know you.
Thank
Right.
you.
We love you.
Yeah. I mean, listen. The homework group started by accident.
It is.
But it was one of the best accidents I've ever had in my entire life. Well, I mean, I didn't plan on starting it. But it has become one of my favorite things, and it's one of my favorite 2 hours of the week. And I just want to thank you all for showing up continually at it, and for doing your part, and for the honesty and vulnerability you shared today on the podcast. And in Minneapolis public schools, you belong. Like, we belong, right? Even if they don't always know how to make that happen, it's important that you know that problem is not with you.
Yeah.
You belong. Yeah.
Also
All
great
right.
teachers.
Yeah.
Still.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for being on Belonging in Classrooms. I'm so looking forward to next Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to eat yet, but we're probably going to have cupcakes again.
Ooh, let's go.